Okay, this is my very first time streaming. I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but this is it. So I'm playing Planet Zoo, and I'm going to make a zoo with every single animal in it. There are 180 animals in the zoo. And as you can see here, I've already made a layout roughly of where the different sections are gonna go. That's the different continents. I'm going to make an outline of roughly how big I want the entrance to be. And this is subject to change. It's very weird to me. I mean, I know technically no one's watching at this moment, but it's still weird. But let's pretend that like our entire entrance area is going to be this big. Maybe a little bit bigger because I want to make a full village. Also, the name of my zoo is Volcano Lake Zoo. I got to actually have like a volcano lake. Maybe we can put that here. So there's my volcano lake. Map out the paths too. This is difficult because I actually have all the paths mapped out, but nothing in this picture is to scale. So I might have, in my over preparation, I might have made things more complicated for myself. The European section is going to be here. This is the square for the European section. Okay. The Ibex is going to go here. Okay, so the way I did this is the sections in the game, I separated them by continent. And then within the sections, I separated them by biome. And then I grouped the animals according to how I want to display them. Usually I put the animals that are like each other together. In this case, the ibex is going here, the badger's going here, Eurasian lynx is going here, the boar, and then the red fox. And what I do is I make these null barriers, and I'm just going to make a quick rectangle. And I'm not going to keep this barrier. What's going to happen is after I'm done, I'm going to delete it, but I'm going to trace it with the sand outline so that I can just have that there as a marking. I'm not going to keep this barrier here because I'm going to do this for all 180 animals, and I'm not going to have like 180 null barriers everywhere. We're in sandbox mode, and I have most of the really annoying settings turned off. So for example, I have powered everything and clean water. The animals aren't really going to care about their plant or terrain need. I'm still going to make it as accurate as I possibly can. I just don't like to give myself that headache when I'm playing in sandbox mode. I want to be able to be fully creative. All right, so that's my ibex. I can delete that. European badger's going to go here. So let me read the notes I have on him. I'm going to connect the viewing areas with these two. I'm going to make it look like the guests are walking through a cave. So for the European badger, we want 396. I thought this would be a lot weirder, just sitting here talking to myself, but it's actually not that weird for some reason. This is kind of the inner monologue I have in my head all the time anyway. I'm just saying it out loud. And as you can see here, oh Lord, I have way overcalculated how much room I need because I only have 3 more exhibits to put here. I don't have that many other exhibits to put. I'm going to have so much issues with the perspective of things. So the Eurasian lynx is going to go here, and he's going to be... I want to make him like a centerpiece. One of the major exhibits. So we need 780 for him. What did I do? Did I click something weird? I have a little chat thing in the corner here. You probably can't see it. Oh yeah, I did. I was trying to click something in the chat thing, but it ended up clicking something in the game. Again, I made it way too big. I'm way over calculating what I need. I just worry that because if I miscalculate this size, all the other animal exhibits are gonna have issues. Maybe I should build the entrance first. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna start with the entrance first. I'll leave this here though. I'll leave that there for now. Let's start with the entrance. I already know what I want to do. I actually built this before in another version of this zoo, so it should be pretty simple. I'm gonna make it look like a rustic type of old village. I'm gonna make the buildings go out in a V shape and make a bit of a town square type of situation. Last time I built it using bricks, but now I'm wondering if there's something better looking we can use, like dry stone wall. That looks really rustic and old-fashioned-y. And I'm also thinking I want to use a different texture on the bottom of the building versus the top. What about I like the European stone walls. And this guest spawner here, I want to put it under this arch. I've been playing Planet Zoo for years, and I've recently discovered that I can align one object's grid with another object's grid, and I feel really dumb for not figuring that out sooner. Is it just me or does talking make you tired? because I'm already feeling pretty tired. Not gonna lie. Maybe it's because I haven't eaten breakfast, and it is almost 12:30. I'm gonna put some kind of floor here, but I haven't decided what yet. I'm trying to remember my original design, and now I want to improve upon it. I like functional space, you know? I don't like to build big, but that's also kind of a problem because then things don't look good, you know? They don't have the grand scale that they should have. So I'm trying to work on getting better at that. This kind of looks like a Taco Bell. Old style Taco Bell, not modern Taco Bell. Now, the one thing I don't like about roofs in Planet Zoo is that I'm not really sure what to do with the side parts because they're too flush with the building. I want them to stick out more, but I'm not really sure how to do that. It just doesn't look right to me. I don't think I'm doing it right. But roofs in general, I don't like them. I struggle with roofs in every game I play, Minecraft included. I don't know, like, I kind of like this, but I also just wish there was a more 3D look on this side. I'm gonna try my luck with this. It may turn out horribly, but it's worth a try. Wow, that lines up almost perfectly with the edge of the zoo. So I really hate it when I'm trying to build an entrance and it just doesn't... I mean, I guess I could just pick everything up and move it, but it's just annoying to have to do that. That's not what I wanted to do. That's also not exactly what I wanted to do. Why? I don't want it to be long grass. Okay, well, I just have to lift the floor up a little more. Floors are tricky because they can cause people to glitch a lot. But I find that the lower I put the floor, the less likely that is to happen. Yeah, I like the color scheme. I think it looks bright. So now before I work on the details of this, I'm gonna build out the rest of the buildings. Nope, let's line this up with the grid. Make our lives easier. I kind of made it look like there's a residential section here. Like there's a little house here in this square. You'll see what I'm talking about. I'm not explaining it right. I will have to redo the roof there, but that's fine. Wait, why did it line up differently? I don't like how that... Oh, let's fix that. No! Oh, goodness. How do I join you back in? I'll just delete you. Gosh, I probably need to eat some food. I start to do stuff like this when my brain stops functioning. I don't really know what I'm gonna eat, though. I'm gonna do grocery shopping again. Everything costs so much money. Sorry for all the bodily noises I'm making. I probably sound like a 50-year-old dad. I feel like a 50-year-old dad. Oh, I hate this. I really hate that. Why does that happen? I mean, in some cases it's useful, but in other cases it's so annoying. Okay, I see you don't want to cooperate. That's probably why I was doing that ugly thing, because that looks way better. I don't understand why I can't move it all together, but that will look way better. I might make myself an omelet soon or something. Although I guess the question is, do I stop streaming to do that and then just start another stream later? Or do I leave the stream open? As someone who doesn't stream, I don't really know what you're supposed to do. Alright, well this is my pseudo Taco Bell entrance. I might actually try to put a bell here. It looks like it would fit. Not super fond of how this looks from this angle, but once I start adding the other buildings, I'm gonna see how it all comes together. This is my Taco Bell entrance, behold, and I hope you look forward to the continuation of it. I'm back, and I know what you're thinking. Like, where are we? This is not the scene we left off of. That's because I dropped my laptop the second I got up, and my mouse fell too, and it scrolled, and it went all the way over there. So, this is where we were, right here. I drop it all the time. As a matter of fact, the top of it is coming off. It's coming unhinged. It's a very old laptop, and I am going to need a new one soon. So, it is what it is. Also, while I was away, I got my first spam comment. Oh my gosh, you can't see it. They want to offer promotion of my channel. Viewers, followers, views, chatbots. The price is lower than any competitor. Quality guaranteed. I'm already famous, I guess. I wonder if people actually buy into that. Like, if you actually were to contact them, they probably would want you to pay money. Yeah, because it mentioned price. So I wonder what happens if you actually pay them money. Because obviously, I don't think it can be a legit thing. Because nobody would just go around spamming people if they're a legitimate business. At least not in my opinion. When I stopped to make myself an omelet, it was not a very good omelet. Like, first thing I did was I walked into the kitchen and I stepped in cat vomit, so that was great. So I had to take off my socks and change them. And then I cleaned up the cat vomit. I did my laundry, and then I made myself an omelet, and it was not the best omelet because I don't have a lot of ingredients, but also I sometimes have this issue. I don't like how this looks. I'm trying to put a bell here. I sometimes have this issue where the egg part of the omelet doesn't taste like it's supposed to. So, like, if you've ever had ladyfingers, the Italian ladyfingers, like the kind you dip in coffee, sometimes the egg part of my omelet will taste almost sweet, like that food, like that ladyfinger thing. And I don't know why, but it's disgusting. Like, why? Why are you doing that? You're an egg. You're not supposed to taste like that. So that's what happened with the outside of my omelet this time. And it was very disappointing. And then I had leftover taco ingredients, so I figured, ooh, what if I make myself like a Southwest style type of omelet? And I put some melted cheese and onions in there, and then I topped it with barbecue sauce and this guacamole Greek yogurt sauce. No, girl, don't climb that. You're gonna knock it over. You can't climb that, you silly cat. Anyway, because I like all those things, so I figured if I put them on an omelet, they're probably gonna taste really good. And they didn't taste bad. It's just because of the egg being the way it was. I don't know. I didn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to. Oh, and then I started defrosting chicken because I should probably start thinking about dinner. I hate this so much. Why? Why do you insist on torturing me? I'm just trying to make a little bell tower. Actually, I have a different idea. And now that I've eaten food, I feel a lot better. I don't eat nearly as much as I should. And it's mostly out of stubbornness, really. I just hate the fact that I have to eat, you know? Like, why isn't it optional? And I love food. It's not that I don't like food. And I'm not even on a diet or anything. Like, I love food. I'm not worried about weight or anything like that. But I just don't like the fact that I have to do it. So it's almost like I punish myself for having human needs. Why do we do that? I don't know. Human beings are very weird. This is not going to work either because I just want the wall to be kind of thin, you know? I don't want like a super fat wall. I want a little square to open up to show the bell. So how am I going to get the little square? Because there isn't... Maybe I can do some kind of trim. I can't put the square up there because it wouldn't look good. Time to experiment. No, that experiment failed. I don't have my earphones in. I can't hear the game sounds. Let me put those on. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to do. I realized that I don't have the game music on. I should have the game music on. It's just that usually when I play, I'm listening to like a podcast or watching Netflix in the background, so I don't usually have the music playing because, you know, I can't focus on that many things at once. And I want to be able to enjoy the music. But now that I'm just sitting here in silence, talking to myself basically, I should enjoy the music. Because Planet Zoo has very relaxing music. Oh goodness, oh goodness. If anybody happens to see this and knows a better solution, I would love to know what it is. Because this is one of the biggest struggles of building for me. Is this type of thing where you don't get exactly what you're looking for, so you kind of have to jerry-rig it. Hello? There we go. That's actually starting to look better. I'm not a fan of the repeating texture, but it could look intentional if you think about it that way. This game is both perfect and horrible for a perfectionist. I remember playing Zoo Tycoon growing up. Roller Coaster Tycoon and everything like that. And I loved those games. They were so much fun. But I didn't like some of the things that I couldn't change. I didn't like that you were forced to be on a very specific grid that sometimes made things weird. And I'm just glad that there's a game that doesn't force you to do that. When I first saw how customizable everything was here, that's really one of the things that made me really want to play. It's looking like we're not going to get the perfect sized... Can I just do that? Will that even look good? Nah, that's not going to look good, but I have another idea. I love the music in this game. I play this game when I'm very stressed out, and it just calms me. Even without the music, it's just very calming. Just makes me happy. I wish I could play something in the background while I stream. but I think that would create copyright issues. I mean, I've heard of people streaming things. I know people have done it, but I don't think you're supposed to. I think there's a risk that comes with that. My very first zoo game that I ever played was actually a zoo game that I'm pretty sure I got from a cereal box for free. And it was called Zoo Empire. I would be so surprised and happy if somebody else here saw this and recognized that game, because I've never heard anybody else talk about it ever. But that was my introduction to zoo games. I actually think it was my introduction to tycoon games in general. And it wasn't anywhere near as good. It was very limited once you go back and look at it. But it was so much fun. I played that for hours. There was another one called Restaurant Empire that came with it. I don't know why there were whole computer games that came for free in cereal boxes, but those were the days. Those were indeed the days. Can't really get anything like that these days. I could have sworn I made this all one thing, so why is it not all one thing anymore? Ay. Oh, is there only two? Because I could have sworn I had 3 in a row. I had this other zoo game called Wildlife Zoo that honestly wasn't that great of a game. But one of the things I really liked about it was that the baby animals grew up realistically. Like, they grew up over time. You could watch them getting bigger. And I wish other games did that. I mean, I don't know, in a game like Planet Zoo, that's already so complicated. I don't know how hard it would be to achieve that. But if it's at all possible, that would be a really welcome change for me, just to get to watch the animals grow up more naturally. The other thing Wildlife Zoo did that I don't necessarily want in Planet Zoo, but it was certainly interesting, was that the animals reproduced more realistically. Yeah. And it was especially fun to watch in fast forward mode. I'm not really sure why they decided to put that in a kid's game, but it's just animals. It's not that big of a deal. But I could see how some parents would be like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this to my child? I kind of like that. I honestly wasn't sure I was going to make that be able to work, but I don't like these glitchies, but we can ignore it if we're far away. And the other thing is, I'm not going to be able to load everything with a ton of details because, like I said before, I'm running on a laptop and it's already overheating. This laptop does not handle the pressure very well. And I actually have a USB fan that I connect to it, but because I have to connect the microphone's also USB. I don't have enough ports to have the fan on right now, so I'm not really sure how that's going to affect things. Especially with streaming, the streaming part of it is gonna also contribute to overheating. I wish this was transparent. It kind of is, but not enough that you can see the bell. I wonder if there's some kind of transparent stained glass. See, I like this, but it's not transparent enough. And again, I'm really sorry that I am so congested right now. It's allergy season, and also I just ate, and I don't know if this happens to normal people, but I tend to get congested after I eat. And I also sneeze a lot after I eat. I don't know why. I also sneeze in the sun, like when the sun hits my face. And I always thought that was normal, but apparently it's not. Apparently that doesn't happen to most people. So, if only this panel were thinner. There's nothing just right. I'm disappointed. We need some more transparent stained glass options. I want it to show that it's glass. I don't just want it to be a fully transparent panel. I might just have to end up going with this. I kind of like that. I mean, the glass takes away from the rustic. Yeah, now that I look at it, nope, the glass takes away from the rusticness. I don't want that. I want it to be more rustic. I like to use these a lot. I hate how these are just short enough to not fully make it, but then the long one is too long. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. I really enjoy that. That matches the vibe more. Why does it look different from this side? Like, I think I should just leave it though. It's just, maybe it's from the floor level that it doesn't look great. Oh well. I'm not gonna try to get too caught up in my head about it. What is going on? My mouse was moving in weird ways for a second. Okay, let me continue building the outline for my center square here. Even just the sound effects of this game, like the placing down of things and this little... I love that sound. It's just so calming. Let me finish it before I duplicate it. That would probably be the smart thing. I'm probably gonna need to take allergy medicine. I don't usually take that much allergy medicine. Well, hello, sir. It seems like you are not in your proper place. So as you can see, I made a little bit of a town square here. And what I'm gonna put is these two buildings are just scenery buildings. But I'm gonna put a bathroom here, an information center, a gift shop, and then some food and drink here. And then in this square, I'm gonna make a fountain. And see, the area I laid out for my entrance didn't even need to be as big as it was. But I'm probably gonna make a section with the bus. I think that would be a good idea. A small parking lot where the bus can pull in. I don't know. I might not do that. Like I said, I don't want to add too many things because this zoo is gonna be full enough as it is. Like, just because I'm already adding every animal in the game. And I have a feeling that's really going to kill my computer, so I'm not trying to overload it. I have a feeling it's gonna start crashing before I can even finish my project, and if that happens, I'm gonna be very upset. Last time I played Roller Coaster Tycoon Platinum, it was on this laptop. And I'm not sure if it's just because the game is old or what, but once my park started to get full to a certain extent, the computer started crashing, and it's just really sad to not be able to load a game you put a lot of hours in. It's almost shaped like a heart. Oh, you know what? Before I did the floor, I should have put a path down to see if it's actually aligning properly in places. Shoot. Let me undo that. It's as far back as it'll let me undo. Come on, why are you so slow? It's too early in the game for you to be so slow already. I can't wait till I can get a new computer, but I'm not going to be able to afford one for like a long time, especially since we really need a new car right now, and cars are not cheap. No siree. Okay, so I'm getting distracted by the music. It's just so nice, and I'm not one to really talk over music. In hindsight, I probably should have made these 3 wide, just so that the door could be in the middle, but it's not really that big of a deal. I don't like how it doesn't connect. There we go. Will I have an issue with guests walking through the walls? Maybe. But I want to be able to put an umbrella rack here, so I want them to be able to access this area. Oh, I was wondering why it wasn't aligning with the grid. Do I want it out or in's probably better? I'm really starting to annoy myself with my grunts and groans. Oh, shoot. You know what? This part aesthetically doesn't have to look good because I'm going to put a flat roof of sorts here. So I'm not going to worry about it. Oh my. And see? On the inside we have this cute little information shop. That doesn't look good. That's annoying. How am I still hungry? I feel like I need to eat more. I'll write the bathroom. That's what I'm putting here. I actually think I'm going to put 2 bathrooms in here. I don't really think I should focus too much on the interior of the bathroom because this is going to be covered up. I'm still going to put this roof thing there just because it's going to bother me if I don't. But if you were to actually go inside of the bathroom area, you would just find a blank. I might actually put benches in here too. Not that they're going to show, but I just like having the extra guest facilities. I think the bathroom's accessible. Can't always tell. Want to make sure because I don't want to go through all this trouble only to have buildings that are not accessible. Come on. And then time for Twilight Toilet. Interesting. Time for a gift shop. Mementos, fine. Oh, I also like how a lot of their stuff is puns because when I originally played... Why do you look so angry? When I originally played Zoo Tycoon, Roller Coaster Tycoon, things like that, I always would name my restaurants and stores after puns. So I like that they have the same spirit. So these are not done. I'm gonna add more detail to them, but I'm just trying to lay the groundwork for the overall aesthetics of things. I don't know how long the stream's been going, but I actually might have to leave soon for a bit anyway, and I'm wondering if I should end it here. Well, let me finish these. I guess I could finish these. I'm gonna put 2 drinks and 1 food. That should work. Actual food, not just ice cream. You know what? This music might be so relaxing that it's putting me to sleep. I am feeling really tired all of a sudden. Or maybe it's like what I said before, where talking just makes me tired. I wish I had more energy. I'm not a very high energy person. I used to have so much energy. Now I'm just like an old tired fart. Oh, let me make sure these are accessible. Sorry, I got a message. It's not important. There, so now I have, let me play real quick so that the storefronts can open. Because I hate it when they're closed. It bothers me. Why are you all so angry? You haven't even started your job yet. They all look so miserable. Okay, so when I come back, I'm going to continue working on this, and I don't like that. Don't like the glitches. But again, if I'm going to get hung up on that, then I'm never going to finish the zoo, because anyone who's ever played this game knows that it just happens. So, I'm going to save. I'm going to continue this the next time.